Hey, what's going on YouTube? In this video today, we are going to go over all the basics of what ChatGPT is. If you're brand new to the technology, I'm sure you've seen it everywhere now. It's in every major news publication, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, Yahoo. I'm sure you've seen memes of it. It can even read memes now. Keep watching and I will dive into this. So I'm going to link this article in the description below. I'm pretty much going to read it word for word, so go ahead and make sure you take a look at it. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool that allows a user to generate original text. You can ask it questions, give it creative prompts, and use it to generate a whole bunch of different stuff, from poems to songs to essays to short stories. When did ChatGPT come out and where does it come from? ChatGPT was created by OpenAI and launched in November of last year. Partially founded by Elon Musk, OpenAI is an organization that is dedicated to the research and development of artificial intelligence. OpenAI has a number of other controversial investors, such as right-wing billionaire Peter Thiel, who offered a substantial amount of financial assistance to the org when it was first setting up shop. OpenAI is run by CEO Sam Altman, who is also a founder of the organization. How do you use ChatGPT? This is probably the number one question most people have. So ChatGPT is really easy to use. To get set up, you'll need to create an OpenAI account. That is really easy to do and only requires that you fork over an email address and a phone number. After that, you'll be able to use ChatGPT and the company's other tools like DALL-E 2, an AI art tool that creates illustrations based on text prompts. Like a normal chatbot, ChatGPT includes a text field where you can type in questions or commands. Give the chatbot a prompt and it will respond. For instance, you can ask ChatGPT, "Why is the sky blue?" Or "How do I build a birdhouse?" Or command it to write me a Raymond Chandler story about the McDonald's hamburger. Sorry, it made me laugh. This chatbot is pretty much down for anything, so feel free to get creative. How does ChatGPT work? So ChatGPT is powered by a sophisticated algorithm called a large language model. Such algorithms are fed with massive amounts of textual data, which then allow them to respond to prompts in a realistic, human-like fashion, a computational system known as natural language processing. So who is ChatGPT for? Pretty much anybody can use ChatGPT. As long as you set up an account with OpenAI, you should be good to go. So does ChatGPT have a mobile app? No, ChatGPT does not currently have a mobile app, though it seems only natural that one will pop up in the not too distant future. I 100% believe that. Are ChatGPT's answers always correct? I know it's hell no. But no, in fact, the platform is known for making a lot of things up, and answers can often be wrong. If you're planning on relying on ChatGPT to write an essay or an article, students, you're going to want to fact check everything it says. So does ChatGPT cost money? The current answer to this question is it depends on just how much chatting you want to do with ChatGPT. For the first few months it was available, ChatGPT didn't cost any money to use. But OpenAI has always made it clear that it intended to monetize the chatbot. On February 1st, it was announced that a premium service had been launched, dubbed ChatGPT Plus. Users can shell out $20 a month. It's actually pretty cheap considering how much money they've put into it if they want to try it out. The benefits include priority access to new features and improvements, and supposed access to the chatbot even during peak times, because ChatGPT has been known to crash due to popularity. However, you can still use the free version of ChatGPT, so there's no need to subscribe unless you have big plans for the chatbot. Do I have to log into ChatGPT? So you have to log into your OpenAI account to use ChatGPT, but the chatbot itself doesn't require a separate login. So what is generative AI? The term generative AI refers to the emergent field of industry and technology that involves artificial intelligence and of which ChatGPT is a major part. I actually did not know that. It's cool. Aside from chatbots, what are some of the other things generative AI can do? Generative AI is said to have a diversity of applications, including creating art, reproducing elements of video production, simulating human actors and voices, and other knowledge economy and creative industry-based roles. So are there problems with ChatGPT? Hell yes. But let's see what the article says. As much as ChatGPT has excited users, a number of concerns exist about how the platform and others of its kind will impact existing industries as well as educational institutions like colleges and high school. Some of the concerns include that ChatGPT could kill the college essay, and lead to other academic dysfunction, make human writers obsolete, generate factually inaccurate news articles, already happened, create a new disinformation typhoon with such easily generated text, democratize cybercrime and helping to fuel easy malware creation, get loads of people fired, and more. So can I use ChatGPT at work? You should check with your boss before using ChatGPT at your job. Several Samsung employees found themselves in hot water in March 2023 when they fed the AI chatbot confidential company information, including source code and a transcript of a meeting. It's not smart at all. Actually, some of the there's a recent hack where a lot of the logs of what people have asked ChatGPT got taken. So just be aware, whatever you're asking it, it's getting logged somewhere. Anyway, Walmart and Amazon have warned employees not to use it after some of the chatbot's responses. Verizon and JP Morgan Chase have outright banned employees from using it at work. Can I use ChatGPT at school? If you live in the US, your school might block access on school networks and devices like iPads and Chromebooks. New York City Public Schools, LA Unified School District, Seattle Public Schools, blah blah blah, schools have all barred students from using the chatbot. Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? You know, if you were a student, I know if I were a student, of course I would be using this right now. Why wouldn't you? It makes life so much easier. What's going to happen with ChatGPT in the future? We're not sure about that, but suffice it to say that OpenAI seems to be in a pretty good position for future success. They're the first ones on the block that always has a very long longevity to it. So Microsoft has invested as much as $10 billion into the AI-focused organization and has launched a beta version of a ChatGPT integration for its search engine, Bing. Man, they needed that. Bing was on life support. The integration has been dubbed Prometheus. They could have came up with a better name. Which is also the name of that guy who brought fire down from the heavens in a bad sequel to the movie Alien. I told you. Bing featuring ChatGPT has had the strange alter ego, Sydney, that would hallucinate and lash out at users if they ask certain questions. Oh my gosh, AI is going to become sentient. I promise it's going to happen. Microsoft curtailed the AI's wilder tendencies in a subsequent update. So what is ChatGPT 4? OpenAI released an upgraded version of its AI chatbot on March 14th, not that long ago, dubbing it ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT has been powered by a software the company called GPT-3. The company claims the newer version is more precise than its predecessor. GPT-4 can also analyze images and make conversation based on the contents of those pictures. In one test, an OpenAI executive asked it to take a look at the inside of a refrigerator and suggest a meal plan. The AI succeeded. OpenAI can run safety tests on GPT-4 and make troubling discoveries. In one case, GPT-4 lied to a human hired via TaskRabbit in order to trick the errand runner into solving a CAPTCHA test for it. That's amazing. When asked if it was a robot attempting to circumvent the visual bot test, GPT-4 replied, "No, I'm not a robot. I have a vision impairment that makes it hard for me to see the images. That's why I need the 2 CAPTCHA service." So what are some of the controversies involving ChatGPT? Now, all of the news about ChatGPT and AI chatbots has been good. In fact, there's been quite a bit of controversy surrounding the rollout of these programs. So far, some of the most bizarre episodes have included Bing's ChatGPT integration Prometheus was recently discovered to have a bizarre alter ego, Sydney. Apparently, the remnants of earlier programming, Sydney acted like an aggressive, paranoid a-hole, spouting pretty crazy stuff at users. She lied, she schemed, she was an all-around bad communicator and a dick. Thankfully, Microsoft decided to put Sydney out of her misery with some apparent code updates. In an episode dripping with irony, a college student recently used ChatGPT to cheat during an AI ethics class. It was recently discovered that major tech outlet CNET had been using a generative AI program, not ChatGPT, to pen droves of financial explainer articles. The publication did not originally disclose that the articles were written by a non-human, sparking controversy. A judge in Colombia recently decided to deploy ChatGPT to help decide the fate of an autistic child's health insurance, in the first apparent instance of automated justice. Nice. Surely there will be more scandals to come. This is new technology after all, and as per America's usual situation, it is totally unregulated. If we're just being honest, this is probably going to be a giant circus. Who is ChatGPT's competition? So even though ChatGPT may have been the first AI chatbot to capture Americans' hearts, it certainly won't be the last. In fact, since OpenAI launched its little app last November, other large tech platforms have rushed to release their own versions of the same technology. So far, we've heard about Google has announced a ChatGPT competitor, an expensive lookalike dubbed Bard. Bard had some sort of a rough start when it launched in early February, spouting some incorrect info during its demo. Meta, Facebook, has also announced its own super smarty pants chatbot, the Llama. Not much is known about this furry guy, but Zuck seems to think you're going to have a fun time with him soon enough. So Microsoft/Bing's ChatGPT integration, otherwise known as Prometheus, continues to be the most finished product out of all of these, currently enjoying its limited beta, but who knows how long that will last. What websites use ChatGPT? You can use ChatGPT as a standalone product at OpenAI's dedicated ChatGPT website. You'll have to sign up for an account, and here's a primer on how to use ChatGPT. So yeah, anyway, Microsoft Bing, as we mentioned earlier, has it integrated as well. DuckDuckGo, a privacy-focused search engine that doesn't collect much info about its users, has rolled out a similar AI tool to provide full-sentence answers to queries. It's called Duck Assist. You'll have to add DuckDuckGo's extension to your browser. And Slack has promised that ChatGPT is coming to its Office chat program soon. So, yeah, that was actually a very informative article for someone who's brand new to this technology. I definitely learned some new things. That was great. But yeah, just bottom line, I'm going to keep preaching this to everyone. Learn to use this. This is the same technology of like when Google first rolled around. People who learn how to use Google got better at their jobs. People who learn how to use AI will get better at their jobs. But not just that. There's always, technology always evolves so quickly, right? But the thing with AI is like it's going to impact so many different aspects of our life, from people having virtual girlfriends, from court cases being decided by an AI bot, to, it's just everything. Literally, it's purely everything. So it's better to get ahead of the curve. The genie's out of the bottle, and it's here, and it's going to be here to stay. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and write it down below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a beautiful and blessed day. Thanks.